Here we go. We have 90% of precincts reporting. We are waiting on area 6. And they claim their excuse is they had so many birds. So, you know, little bit of Pennsylvania going on there in area 6. Oh, Gordon's connecting. All right. Hey, Kevin, area 5, hello. Let's see, there's Cameron, Alan, Rob, Furrow, how you doing?
Howdy.
Hey, so Sammy has sent me a photograph of a sapsucker that's gonna go into the intergrade category.
Yes, I saw it. Sounds good.
A lot of black mascara on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna move it from red-breasted. What area are you guys? 1 or 10?
10.
You're 10.
Yeah, 10.
10. Well, a lot of sapsuckers. So 1 less red-breasted, 1 intergrade, which is often our specialty. Okay. Hi, Allison.
Hey, Steve, how's it going?
Good.
I got a little sunburn today, I think.
Yeah, I feel like that's common lately. Okay. Oh, Kunchao and Lynette, hello. Were you in area 6?
Yeah, happy birthday, Steve.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, we were in area 6 with Emmett.
And can confirm that it's hasn't reported yet because we got too many birds.
Yeah, you can confirm that. Okay. That's the same excuse that Philadelphia used.
Oh yeah, that's us.
Too many white-crowned sparrows.
Philadelphia of the CBC.
We've already declared white-crowned sparrow the winner against golden crown. It had a lead of, well, I'm going to look it up right now.
I had 0 white-crowned sparrows today. Got totally skunked.
Who's speaking? Oh,
Kirk, Putah Canyon.
oh, yeah. Well, because that's all golden crowns up there.
But normally I can get some.
Yeah, but the area had 420, so we're fine.
Okay, where are we? White crown, golden crown. We're gonna get to this. Oh yeah, the lead is almost 600 with 90% reporting. That's a tall order. Okay, there's 2 more people in the waiting room. Okay. Well, let me give a text to Emmett. Emmett's not on yet, is he? Of course, if I text him, it'll just slow him down. I think they had multiple groups.
Correct, Emmett's not on yet.
The big problem that slows things down is everyone's using eBird and their taxonomic order is different. If they would unify these taxonomic orders, our life would be so much easier. Well, let's see if what areas are represented on the call. and we can talk about a few things before we get into the bird numbers. So Area 6 is going to report very soon. So why don't we, I'm going to full screen this. Why don't you guys go to full screen and then on that and gallery view so we can see everybody. It looks like there's 2 pages of people. In
order for us to see everybody, they have to turn on their video.
Okay. And if you have your television on, please mute yourself.
We have this extraordinary site with some of the most beautiful buildings in the world.
Yeah, Sammy, that's you with the TV on or something on. Okay, so let's see. Do we have and Emmett is in the waiting room. I'm going to let him in. Okay. So area, do we have area 1 present?
Area 1 is present and accounted for.
Yeah, hey Bobby. Okay, area 2, Ian.
Present.
Oh, hi. Area 3, Ken.
Well, I thought Mary was going to get on somehow, but I'm here.
Okay. I've lost my beverage. Okay. Area 4, I heard Michael.
Yes, sir.
And Kirk, and I was also
Sonia.
in part of area 4, and Sonia. Area 5.
Here.
Kevin. Area 6. We've seen some of you. You're on mute, Lynette. And Emmett is joining, but he's tallying up stuff. I don't know if he's emailed it to me yet, though. Area 7.
Here.
Cameron.
Yeah.
And Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon's here. Yeah.
Steve.
And is Rick? I thought I heard. Did I hear Rick's voice? I don't know. And area 8.
Yep, we're here.
Yep.
Hey Bart. And Allison and Alan. And area 9.
Yep, here.
Hi Chris.
Hey.
And you probably had other teams, I'm sure. And finally, area 10.
We're here.
Hey Rob. All right. Okay, so one traditional thing that we always do is we ask about any interesting I found my beverage. It's a holiday kombucha. I already had my birthday beer. So we ask about interesting non-bird observations, which could be mammals or other interesting encounters.
We had a bush bunny.
A bush buddy?
A bush bunny.
A bush bunny.
A bush bunny in Pleasant Cove Resort.
What's a bush bunny?
Well, Tim was telling me that it's like a cottontail, only it's different. It's a small little bunny.
Like a brush rabbit?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, brush rabbit.
Brush rabbit.
That's it. All right, there's Tim there. He can defend it. There you go.
Yep, brush rabbit.
Really? Do we have those here? I thought those were only like on the coast.
Yeah, so did I.
Wow.
I think it was in the right habitat for it. I should look further into it, but it looked the right shape and size.
I have a picture.
Okay.
In the live animal category, I had 2 river otters. And in the less live animal category, somebody had dumped 12 or so recently deceased chickens of various sorts down the hillside at Fishing Access 3.
Is Emmett on this call right now? Okay.
Yeah, I am.
Hey, okay. Well, you're going to have the dubious honor of calling out your numbers and we'll add them manually to complete the count.
All right. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Okay. I thought your generation would be more tech savvy.
Well, we're in my car using my phone hotspot.
We just ran out of time.
Oh, dang. Like you're still getting back from the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in a parking lot.
Oh my gosh. That's okay. That's amazing. Okay. I'm sorry. Any more sightings? Unusual sightings?
Yeah, at Quail Ridge, we had no killed deer, but we did have a deer kill. There was a recent mountain lion carcass, and
Oh, wow.
coyotes and ravens were on it.
So I'm going to share that picture. Because you sent it to me.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
Now, but I want to know how you know that it is a mountain lion kill. So let me share the picture here. Here it is. Okay. Can you all see this?
Not much left.
So, yeah. So are there certain telltale signs?
No, it was decided by committee. There were 3 of us. 2 out of 3 voted mountain lion. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know what else it would be. But I know that the different cats have different styles, and people could like tell a jaguar kill from a mountain lion kill in Southeast Arizona. I don't know how, but they can.
0 jaguar sightings at Quail Ridge to date.
Well, excellent point. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the gallery view here. Okay, I had a Doberman pinscher follow me out onto Highway 128. It was a very stupid dog. But that's the only mammal sighting I had, or other interesting sighting.
Speaking of dogs, I had a coyote. I was counting in Quail Canyon, up Quail Canyon Road. It's not really a canyon, it's a valley in Area 9. And it's a pretty abandoned area because it's just almost totally burned out. The Quail Canyon just really took it in the chops with the August fire. But there was a coyote on the burned off hillside, standing there, then just sitting there, looking at me and barking and howling. He was looking directly at me and just kept at it for a long time, you know, yip, 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 yo, and it just kept going and going for minute after minute after minute. I have no idea what he was up to, but very, very healthy looking dog too. I mean, little coyote.
And he was like directing his conversation toward you.
Yeah, it's like he was objecting to me being there or something.
See any road runners?
Objecting to the fact that you
No road running.
that we as a species screwed up the entire place.
Might be, yeah. Might be.
So I had a coyote do that to me once at Yolo Wildlife Area. I mean, he kept his distance, but he was barking at me.
Yeah.
I mean, he stayed like 200 yards, but.
Yeah, this was like 200 yards away, yeah.
Okay, well, why don't we go on to the numbers since we have them. So I'm gonna, let me see how I gotta do this. I gotta queue it up. Exit full screen. Okay, there we go. This is gonna work. Hopefully this is gonna work. And share screen again. Okay. So tell me if you guys can see numbers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Oh.
So here's all the numbers. And so here's all the species on the left. The mean is the average in the dark blue. And for those of you that are more mathematically inclined, in the light blue is the standard deviation, which gives you an idea of the variability. And then the all-time high and the all-time low. And then the number of counts it has been seen on. And like American Widgeon has been seen on 49 counts. So that's every count. And so column H here is our total for this year so far. All the areas are reporting except area 6, but they have those numbers with them, so we can actually add them in as we go. And you can see the total numbers. And I guess the obvious thing to do is to compare the total with the average. And then we could have any conversation that needs to be had. I will say that these are all kind of provisional numbers because we may do some adjustments based on whatever, especially the eagles and the ospreys. We have never adopted a strategy of adjusting for the vultures, but so whatever. So let's start with greater white-fronted goose, and I see Bart, you guys or Allison had 80.
We did. We had a really surprise flyover of a flock. We put in an estimate of 80. We can do an exact count in the photo. And actually, along with that flew a snow goose, which was a nice bird to have. But from an earlier conversation with Emmett, maybe he can throw in his numbers. He also had a flock of white-fronted geese. And so we're really going to jack up that number.
Was it the same time?
He didn't have a snow goose in there, so he thinks it's a different.
We had 27.
Ooh, that's choppy. But 27. Okay, so yeah, different flock.
Okay.
And I had a flock last week as well in the from Gates Canyon when I was scouting. So yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well that's that's so funny to get our geese up in the mountains. So no Rosses, no cackling. And by the way, when we're done with this, we're going to ask for birds that are not listed on here. And I'm aware that there is at least one and maybe two birds that I'm aware of that aren't on this list. So that'll come at the end.
Steve, I wanted to add one thing.
Yeah.
Our total count for today of number of birds is, I think, in the order of 400 something, and 80 of those were those geese. So, or the 400 mixed canyon crowd. We had 400 birds, and 80 of those were. So that's kind of yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't count that in your fire analysis. Canada geese were above average. That's not a surprise. No swans. Wood ducks. A great count of wood ducks. 82 wood ducks in area 9. I assume these were all in Putah Creek.
Yeah, many of them were down by the diversion dam, and then many others were well upstream. Oddly enough, we didn't have them in the usual place right opposite the picnic area of the park.
Wow.
Hey, Steve, we had 15 that needs to be added in for area 5.
There is 15 for 5 right here.
Oh, sorry, missed that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Steve,
yeah.
I have 14 Canada geese, and then I have 2 wood ducks.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Live action here. Okay.
Are we sure the poll watchers are able to get close enough here? We don't want any, lawsuits after this.
It's pretty questionable the way the area 6 numbers are coming in, actually. Eurasian widgeon 1 in area 4. Okay, in the creek. American widgeon, a ton in area 9. Nice. Those numbers have been low lately. It seems like they're coming back a little bit. Mallards exactly at average right here.
Gadwall. Hey, we had 2 Gadwall too.
You had 2 Gadwall. Okay. You
And
didn't
we
have
had a Shoveler as well.
how many?
1.
Okay.
And
didn't have
not that it,
8 Mallards.
But did you have any? But did you have any teal?
No.
Okay.
Areas 4's mallard number is low because I had like a dozen.
Oh, really?
I wanted to say that the Eurasian widgeon was courtesy of Sammy, who found it about 100 yards downstream of Pleasance Valley, the bridge over Putah Creek. So we had a poacher who did a good job.
So are you saying that the Eurasian widgeon was in area 9?
No, it was in area 4. It was down about 100 yards downstream of the bridge.
Actually, more than 100 yards. It was
Well,
just above area access 1. There's a roadside marker that's down because of what they're doing on the side of the road, but it said 669, probably said 0.69, but I couldn't read it. So it's 6/10 of a mile down from the bridge, from the dam.
Yeah, down almost to Bray Canyon then.
Yes, almost. Yes, exactly.
Okay, so shoveler, pintail, green-winged teal, ringneck duck 3. That's a low number. We did pick up lesser scaup. That's good. Well, so we've done better on the ducks. And our bufflehead numbers are super high, and that's common lately, not a record high. Although you probably had some in area 6.
We had 1 bufflehead.
Just 1, okay.
32 golden eyes.
Okay.
2 hoodies.
2 hoodies. Yikes. Barrow's goldeneye, only 4 for the count. That's average. Okay.
No, we had a common merg too.
That's a good number of common mergansers total. No red-breasted mergansers, ruddy ducks. Okay, mountain quail. This is our first fire impacted species, really. You had 3 in area 2. Nice.
That was a guess based on the minimum number that could be calling.
Oh, I see. They were calling nice. Our California quail numbers are below average.
I see ours, a few are missing from Allison's list. Sorry about that. Allison, how many did you have there? Or Alan?
I think we had about 8. I didn't see them. Alan did. Alan, did you get them?
Yeah, I got them. I'm wondering why.
I missed that in the.
I'm wondering why there are no area 8 totals in here at all. So
8 part.
But
You're not seeing any here because these are all the end of these birds were in our list, I think. Hold on, let me double check.
Can someone mute their sound that has a television in the background? Thanks.
Let's see. Quail. Sorry to do this now. Where are they? 9. California
9.
quail.
Yeah. Well, we can double check everything later.
Yeah. I'll speak up if something is missing. Sorry.
Ringneck.
120 cal. Quail.
Okay, got it. There we go. Now our number's above average. Ringneck pheasant, 2 in area 3, and those are the only ones on the count. Was that you, Ken?
You can't. I'm muted, so I say hang on anyway. That was Mary.
That was Mary. Very good.
Yeah.
And wild turkey.
Mary.
We had 56.
Okay.
13 area 8.
13 turkeys.
Yeah.
Turkey numbers have come down from past years. Of course, maybe the fire had something to do with that. I don't know.
Yeah, we had none. No kills on the other side.
Pied-billed grebes. Okay, that's about average. Eared grebes anywhere? Nope. Western grebes.
Area 10
Corkscrew.
had ear grebe.
Area 10 had an eared grebe? Oh yeah, 4. I'm sorry. I see it. Clark's grebe, cormorant, going down, great blue heron.
We had 1.
Great blue heron numbers are very reliable. Great egret, snowy egrets, very reliable. Cattle egret, no. Green heron, area
1.
9.
Area 6 had 1 too.
Nice. No night herons, no ibis. Turkey vultures. You probably had a bunch in area 6.
Yeah, we had 127.
Oh my gosh. It's not quite a high count, but that is definitely one species that has been increasing with our warmer winters and less fog. Was it that foggy out in area 5? I saw it was forecast.
You know, Sid had told me the same thing, Steve, that it was forecast for dense fog, but once I got to winters, no problem. It was probably foggier towards the diversion dam, but where I started at the Yolo Housing Authority, there was no fog at all.
Yeah. I had a low of 33 when I started owling.
Wow. It was cold.
Warmed up. Okay, only 4 kites.
We had 2.
Okay, 6 kites.
Did you skip osprey?
I did. I'm sorry.
We also had a couple curl.
Osprey. Only 3 ospreys being reported. Okay. Eagle numbers might need adjustment. Harriers. Sharp shin hawk. Cooper's hawks. Goshawk. Bald eagle. What might need to adjust those? This could be the same birds. Red-shouldered hawk.
We had 17.
Yeah, I figured that's a good area for them.
We've never missed them on gates before. We had none today.
Oh, really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We had one in Rag Canyon I thought was interesting.
wow. Yeah, and any fire related observations, feel free to send an email to Michael Perrone and myself. We're gonna write up something for the burrowing owl on that. So like little details like red-shouldered hawks in Gates Canyon, we wouldn't know that in the data. Red-tailed hawks, 90 plus area 6 would be put us above average, I'm sure.
22.
Okay, and what about other hawks in area 6?
We had ferruginous 1. We had 2 harriers. We had 4 coopers, and we had 1 sharpie.
Nice. Okay. No rough-legged. That's a hard one.
No.
Virginia rails, 7. That's a high count. Sora 9. It's just off a high count. That's kind of where we are every year. Gallinule only 3. Coots. No cranes, no stilts. Killdeer, spotted sandpiper.
So
Greater-
killed way down.
How many crows do we have today? 0.
And any long-billed curlews anywhere? Area 6?
Yeah, we had 2.
You got 2? Okay, that'll get us something. And then Dunlin. We got a few Dunlin. We got 1 Lee Sandpiper at the treatment plant, I assume. Western Sandpiper, no Dowitchers. A few Snipe.
We had 4.
4 Snipe. Okay.
One of the snipe was on Putah Creek near the dam, which I've never had one there before.
Wow. Gulls. We had, all we had in gulls was 1 ring-billed gull. Oh no, and 15 herring gulls. Yeah, on the lake, I guess.
The herring were actually flying over Blue Ridge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were going to the bay. They were like, you know, pretty high up.
Okay. Okay. Pigeons and doves. Bandtail pigeons, 2. Eurasian collared doves. So their numbers shot up and now they're coming down.
So is bandtail pigeon maybe?
We had 65 collared.
Okay.
Bandtail pigeon a fire effect?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're great long distance flyers. So we've had them in Davis, which I think is a fire effect of the flocks. I don't know.
All the madrones are roasted in the Toyon. I don't know what they're eating.
Yeah. Well, so they've like flown over our entire air circle and come out to the valley floor. No road runners there, Emmett. So let's go to the owls.
We
Can
Steve,
what?
we had never mind.
So Ken Ealy, I have a question about the great horned owls in area 3.
Yes.
So I had 14. Did you guys also do owling and have this many more?
I did not do owling. Mary gave me the number 35.
No.
And I thought she said that you had 35. I thought that was a lot of owls.
No, the number is 14.
So I don't know what the 35 would be. That would be a lot
Yeah.
more owls still even.
No, I had
In treeless country.
I had 14 great horned owls in the span of 3 miles, and I had 1 western screech owl.
Oh, nice.
I owled for 30 minutes. I had 14 great horned owls and 1 screech owl. It was amazing. It was so calm.
30 minutes. That's like the length of my snooze on my alarm clock. So
area
yeah, I don't know. I got 35, and you know I am old. I could have heard different.
Yeah. Okay. That I
Maybe
put
she
it in.
said
I put it in.
1-5.
I put it in writing. Okay. Emmett, owls.
We had 7 screech owls.
Wow.
We had 30 great horns owls.
See, Area
Wow.
3 could have had 30, 35.
Well, but not if I'm the only person. I'm the only person who owled, and I had 14. So unless you had all those owls in the daytime in eucalyptus trees.
Exponentially, yeah.
But still, this total is 112 owls. 2 years ago, we led the nation with 80 great horned owls. So I think we'll lead the nation again.
Steve, I forgot to add the owl column for ours. We had 1 screech.
Who's
9.
speaking?
This is area 10. This is Rob in area 10. We had 1 screech, 9 great horned, and 1 pygmy. Oh wait, you're doing 9. You went over 9s.
Okay, wait. You had, area 9 didn't have a 1 there, right?
I think they had a 2.
You're right. Okay,
And
so
we
a
had
1.
1 screech, 9 great horned, and 1 pygmy.
Any other pygmy owls?
We had 3.
You had 3 pygmy owls in area 6. And that might be the first time they've ever been in area 6. And Bart would say that those were area 8's pygmy owls.
Those are my birds, man.
They have fled to the lowlands.
Sean, do you have any owls to add? I threw in 2 for the great horn, but I know that he had a lot more, but it seemed there was a bit of overlap between his owling and Cameron's. And so we wanted to be careful not to double count there.
Yeah, area 6, 7, and 8 can have some overlapping owling routes, so you guys should double check on that.
Yeah, this is Sean. I had 6 from just on Pleasance Valley from like, I don't know, 6 in the morning till 7 or so. But there may be a little bit of overlap with, I think, Chris. So we'll have to compare, I guess.
Yeah, you guys should be able to figure out what, I mean, you'll probably remember exactly what routes you took. Let's go on. No burrowing owls. 2, yay. Were those at the Tim Ranch or what? Yeah, nice. Long-eared owl, short-eared owl, saw-whet owl, poor-will, white-throated swift.
How many do we have? $15.
15. Hummingbirds. Anna's hummingbird is definitely a species that is expanding in our warmer winters. Not just here, but all the way up to Alaska. So 163, and there's going to be more. Emmett, you're going to put us over the top for a new record high?
1 second.
Other page, I think.
What other page?
We just need 11.
Oh, you got 11.
Yeah, 93.
What?
93.
Holy cow. So how come there's no Anna's hummingbirds reported for area 3?
I'm pretty sure they were all in Mary's section.
Okay.
No, I didn't hear any.
Yeah.
Certainly didn't see any. There's been a lot of
I guess they would just be in eucalyptus.
clearing.
Yeah, they would just be in eucalyptus in area 3.
Yeah, because there's really no sort of flowers where I work in 3.
Yeah.
And no ukes.
93 Annas.
Okay. Kingfisher. And Lewis's let's go on to the woodpeckers also. So Lewis's woodpecker, we have 3 showing. That's
26.
Wow, where were those?
Tim Ranch, and then Concho and Lynette had 3 on Olive School Lane.
Okay. I had 2 at Golden Bear. Acorn woodpecker.
Where's it? 122.
And any unusual sapsuckers, Emmett? No.
No. Ask Barth though about his hybrid.
Yeah, I just sent you a photo of a sapsucker we saw.
Okay.
We thought it was a red-breasted, but both Emmett and Zane seem to think it's a hybrid.
Sammy likewise had an intergrade. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's area 10. So that can go to 9 and 1 instead of 10 and 0.
Oh, 9 and 1, and I mistakenly took it from here. This was 15 and 0. Okay.
And then ours should be 1 and 1.
Yours should be 1 and 1. Whoops. Okay. Our sapsucker numbers are really good. Nuttall's woodpecker. They're very reliable. Downy woodpecker, about average. Hairy woodpecker, exactly at average. What's that?
42 Nuttals and 12 Downy. And then 13 red-breasted saps.
We could lead the nation there. Hairy woodpecker, we have a total of 6, which is our average. It's impressive. No white-headed woodpeckers. 1 yellow-shafted flicker in area 8. Nice.
Allison found that.
Nice. Red shafted flickers, area 6.
129.
We have led the nation in them. Not sure if that'll be enough. It might. Pileated woodpeckers. Any in area 6? Did they make it that far? Only 3 on the count. Kestrels.
26.
Still below average. Merlin. Peregrine or prairie? Do you have a prairie for us?
One of both.
One of each. Okay, so we have a prairie falcon for the count.
That was our surprise of the day. The peregrine was sitting on the ridge, surrounded by char on a tree, way up top, and we're like, "What's going on here?" That's really that was the exciting moment of the day.
Okay, black phoebe.
66.
Another really expanding species, and that is a county high count. They're really expanding northward. I was encountering black phoebes up in Oak Savannah. I was kind of surprised. Eastern phoebe, Say's phoebe.
25.
1 for area 8. That is missing.
1 for area, okay. Western kingbird, loggerhead shrike. Boy, these numbers are low.
No. 6.
Still an all-time low. Yeah, shrike numbers are really going down. They got hit by West Nile, and now they've been hit just by land conversion. So Plumbeus vireo is not on this, but it is a bird that was seen last year on the count. So not this year. Hutton's vireo.
3.
These are okay. Warbling vireo, Stellar's jay. Only 3. Only 3.
Yeah, there's
Allison?
supposed to be more in area 8. We didn't have any on mix, only on gates. There were 3.
They've been reported on eBird at area 1, or fishing access 1. But I think that's just one bird.
Yeah.
And
I
it's,
didn't find it today.
yeah, and I think it's usually silent. Scrub jays.
235.
That's a bird that's expanding, and we led the nation in that last year for the first time we've ever led the nation in them. Okay, yellow-billed magpie, Emmett.
72. 72.
So they're just still holding steady at a low number, but that's a better number than the past 2 years, I think. I think they were below 300. Crow.
174.
And raven.
203.
Oh my goodness.
Raven are the only birds you'll find in a burnt landscape. Well, not the only, but virtually they don't seem to care much.
Who do you think's been messing with all those PG&E power towers? It's the ravens. Hornlarks, we don't have any for the count. Can you save us? No. Holly's saying no. Tree swallow, any swallow. We have no chestnut-back chickadee for the count. Hello, Kevin Gousset. I need this for my big year. I was counting on the count to kick one up. Okay.
Hey,
well,
Steve.
I'm on my own.
Muscat reported some at Stevenson Bridge on the Solano side.
You know, I've been there, and I've been there twice. I'll try again, but titmouse, yeah.
70.
And bush tit?
39.
I personally had about 60 species today on my route, and I had 0 bush tits. I did have these 2 red-breasted nuthatches, which are the only ones on the count. They were in the pine trees where the Plumbeus vireo was last year.
We had 2.
Oh, nice. Okay. And you had white-breasted nuthatch?
50.
That's one of the most stable birds on the count. Brown creeper. 3 total.
No, the white-breasted nuthatch is a new record. The white-breasted nuthatch is a new count high by a lot.
Oh, you're right.
I'm reading this right.
You're right. Look at that.
So they came in from somewhere.
Well, yeah, it could also be driven by a very thorough effort in Area 6. How many teams did you guys have? 4? 3?
Oh, yeah, 4.
I mean, historically, we had 1 team in Area 6. So.
And we had Muscat.
Oh, you had Muscat. Oh, wow. I can't wait to get to the Muscat birds. I don't think we've gotten to those yet.
There's a couple.
I don't doubt it. Brown creeper, rock wren. We're already
5.
14. Okay. Canyon wren. We're at 8. You got any more canyon wrens for us?
No, there was just one lone, very likely rock wren. Got a brief look at, or Sean got a brief look at it on the ridge. But based on everything we put together, it was a rock wren.
This is a decent count for canyon wren, though. House wrens.
2.
So I think their numbers have kind of gone down in the last few weeks. Pacific wren.
Hey, Steve, sorry to go back, but we had a brown creeper in Area 5. I think it got left off my checklist, though.
Okay.
below the diversion dam.
Got it.
Thanks.
Pacific Wren, Winter Wren, Marsh Wren, 5 Marsh Wrens, a lot of Buick's Wrens,
11.
and blue-gray gnatcatcher.
3.
Almost a record high with them. No golden crown kinglets? No dipper? No golden crown kinglets?
No dipper. I tried 3 times.
Wow. And no kinglet. No golden crown kinglet. We've only missed them on 4 counts prior. Ruby crown kinglet.
120.
So they're making up the difference. It's a huge year for them. Oh, wren tit. So here's the most fire impacted species, I would
We
think.
had a wren tit, Steve, in the riparian.
Okay. Area 10 still had 42.
I think that was quite a bit less than last year.
Okay. So there's unburned sections up there?
We watched them eating like lightly toasted toyon berries down in the canyon in Stebbins, Cold Canyon. And then we had a smattering of them everywhere, you know, because you look down ridges when you're on Blue Ridge, you look in both ways. And we had just picked them up one by one over that whatever 8 miles it is. But that's a low number for us. I think that's quite a low number for that area.
Okay.
We also had them in the willows, like around the reservoir. It seems like they had been pushed down into the weird kind of riparian habitat in 10.
Okay. And area 6, did you have any wren tits? Okay.
No.
Western bluebird.
203.
No mountain bluebirds anywhere. No Townsend solitaire anywhere. Hermit thrush.
Steve?
Yeah.
My friend Liz, who lives in Kevin's area on Wintu, she said they went out birding today. I don't know if she got the list to you, but she had mountain bluebirds. She was all excited about them in her yard.
Liz Honeyset?
Yes.
She's in area 6 and she did not report any mountain bluebirds to me.
Hey, Emmett,
Yeah, we ran into her and she told us about the mountain bluebirds too.
she said she would submit her list to you at 5. She was pretty pumped. Yeah.
Okay.
So I can't.
Do you know how
remember
many she had?
Oh, wait a minute.
I think she said 3.
3 of them.
But
I want to say
Somewhere
3.
between 1 and 20. So
3. She had 3.
3. Okay, great. It is.
She sent me a text about it.
Okay. Huh.
I'll put a 3 there for right now. Townsend solitaire, hermit thrush, robin.
Oh.
Did you have those?
She forgot it on here. 120 for robin. And hermit thrush is 47. I'm stoked about that.
And
so robins were the past many years the highest count bird in area 8, typically 200 to 400. We found 1.
One
That
robin.
bird- that bird is gone from our area, at least for this year.
And only 10 hermit thrushes in area 8.
Yeah, very low. Only at the very low part of the road. That was
And we've only missed varied thrush on 1 previous count. Any varied thrushes? Wow, we've only missed them on 1 other count. Unbelievable. Michael and I had one at Babel Slough the other day. California thrasher.
Oh yeah, I think I missed one for area 7. So we got one. Gordon got one in area 7.
Thrasher.
We have 1 cow thrasher from Concho and Lynette.
Okay.
We had 5 right along down in the Pleasant Cove, right along the riparian area and the campground area. It was amazing. I was bumped with that.
Oh, the thrashers went down there because everything else was burned.
I want to mention that the thrasher in Area 4 is I think the first one ever in Area 4, and it was in winters, in a very not a thrash, generally a thrasher location. It was a stakeout in somebody's backyard, and it's been there for, I don't know, weeks or months. I'm not sure how long, but that's unprecedented in Area 4.
And on the flip side, I don't think that's ever been missing from Area 8.
Yeah, look at that.
We never had. I mean, that's a traditional bird for that area.
So Sammy,
Yeah. Oh, my music. I'm sorry.
The music's a little heavy. Your microphone's very good. Mockingbirds were already above average here. I'm sure
We
you
had
guys.
97.
97.
Yeah, 97.
And starlings.
439.
But they're still below. No, yeah, they're still below average. Pipits.
49 pipit.
And cedar waxwings.
67.
And Phanopeplas.
5.
Numbers are well above average. Orange crown warbler.
We had 3.
Those are increasing in recent years. Yellowthroat. Myrtle.
9.
And Audubons.
457.
You beat Kevin. Beating Kevin and yellow rump warblers is quite a feat. Black-throated gray. No. Area 9 had a Townsend's. Where was that?
That was just along Highway 128. It was Jerry Langham's group.
Okay. So that's a species that has been increasing in the winter. Wilson's warbler, grasshopper, sparrow, chipping sparrow. Wow, this is a pretty good number of chipping sparrows.
That's a really good number. Lark sparrow.
Lark sparrow in area 6.
180.
Yeah, right at average. Lark bunting, fox sparrows. I had none.
We had 5.
Okay.
I believe all sooty.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was reporting fox sparrow to mean sooty fox sparrow.
Yes. That's the default. You had a thick build? Someone had a thick build?
That's what they reported. That was Brenda's group.
Wow. We're going to want more information on that.
Okay.
Because we've only ever had them on the ridge. Of course, the ridge is burned, but they're still a very rare bird in winter on the count. Slate colored junco, a few. Oregon junco.
155.
And white crown sparrow.
1,141.
Wow. That's an all-time high. Golden crown?
207.
Yeah, okay, wow. It's a landslide. Okay, clearly a mandate. Harris sparrow. No. White-throated sparrow.
2.
2, and this 15 must be in the wrong place for area 8. What is
Sorry.
this? What is this 15? Area 8.
You're
Did you
muted,
have?
Bart.
Muted, Bart.
Bart?
You're
Bart's
muted, Bart.
We are looking at white crown sparrows there. It doubled there. See?
Okay, I'm just gonna delete that. Is that right?
And yeah, and please go back to the fox sparrow real quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And fix that slate colored for sooty. Or whatever, just a fox sparrow.
Okay. Yeah. So where were we here?
Steve, we had 2 vespers.
Oh, that's awesome. Because we don't have a reliable spot for them on the count anymore. Where were they?
They were kind of near the juncture of English Hills Road and Canelo. There were 11 there last winter, and then Muscat refound 2 of them today. So
Excellent.
that might be a decent spot for them.
That's excellent.
Well, that's good because in area 4, the last spot that we've been seeing them, which is on the westward extension of Moody Slough Road, is now blocked with a locked gate and a no trespassing sign. So we couldn't even go in.
Yeah.
We've seen them there a few times in recent years, but we didn't even get a chance this time. So.
And Vesper Sparrow Corner doesn't have any suitable habitat right now. Savannah Sparrow.
172.
And Song.
1.
Lincoln's.
5.
Ken, no Lincoln's in area 3?
No, none to pick up today.
Well, I had one because I went by the treatment plant to see if the gate was still open, and there it wasn't open, but there was a Lincoln sparrow across the street.
Okay.
Swamp sparrow. No swamp. Okay. California towhee. Decent number of rufous crowned sparrows. Spotted towhee. You guys could chat out your numbers when you're ready. In area 6.
We had 2 roof from Conchal and Lynette.
Okay, cool.
We had 2 rufous grounds from Conchal. And then we had 26 and then 50 spotted towhees.
Cal was 20 what?
26.
Okay. No Western tanagers, anyone? So I came home and there was a Western tanager in my bird bath in my backyard here. But that doesn't.
Steve, we had 1.
Oh, you had 1. Great.
Oh, wow. Where?
Yeah, kind of off of Winters Road in one of those little rural neighborhoods.
Winters Road. What is Winters Road?
It parallels 505. And it runs north-south, and there's just a fruiting tree with some house and purple finch. And it was in there.
Huh.
So a little bit residential.
Yeah, residential.
Yeah. With purple finch. That makes sense. Red-winged blackbird. Meadowlarks,
72.
72 meadowlarks. Okay.
395 meadowlarks.
Was the 72 for blackbird?
Yeah, for red wings.
Brewer's blackbird.
149.
So our meadowlark numbers have been declining, but this is a decent number. I had a surprisingly lot of them today, just on the edge of winters and surprisingly small patches of habitat. But there'd be like a flock of 35.
Brewer's blackbird's at all-time low, looks like,
Yeah, it does look like.
by a lot.
Wow. Wow.
I think it's too dry.
And all the new orchards. No grackles. House finch?
332.
And purple finch?
17.
So our purple finch numbers were not as dramatic as I thought they might be. There's just a lot more down here in Davis than there are out there. Cassin's finch, anyone? They've been around. Red crossbill, they've been around. Pine siskin,
104.
and not a high count, but pretty good. Not surprising. They're all over the country right now. Lesser goldfinch,
258.
actually below average. Lenny Lawrence's American goldfinch,
21.
below average. Evening grosbeak.
Oh, Steve?
Yeah.
We have a one American goldfinch for area 7.
Okay. Thanks. Evening grosbeak. House sparrow.
119.
Oh, putting them way up higher. Wow, they're low everywhere else. Well, no, I guess there's some in area 3. They're in more agricultural areas. Okay, birds that were not listed here. Area 1, area 2, area 3.
I'm unmuted. Mary's had a lesser yellow legs. What she said to me, she had long primary extensions and skinny legs.
What?
Hey, I'm just a messenger.
Skinny legs.
Wait, those aren't the normal.
MESS messenger.
Did she say yellow legs and shorter bill? She had greater yellow legs.
Yeah, and she said she had 3. I mean, she said she had a right upable bird.
So this was at the treatment plant?
Yeah, I would assume that was a treatment plant.
So we should be able to refine it.
Yeah, can someone do that?
I've never heard anyone describe a yellow legs by the primary extension and the skinniness of the legs. But we should be able to refine it if it's there, and especially if she saw it next to the greater yellow legs, then it should be obvious. Okay, area 4.
Yeah, we have a black-throated sparrow, the one that was reported in the burrowing out in the newsletter.
And it was seen today on the count day.
Morning. I think you all know that the bird is on private property on a private road, and as of now, Property owner does not want anybody there. They wouldn't even let me in today, as a matter of fact. So hang in there. It's on the Positas Road, which is just a little west of Pleasance Valley Road off of 128.
Isn't that a private road?
Yeah, it's a private road and it's also a private property when you get there. But anyway, they don't want visitors. The bird has apparently been there since what, early November? It's an adult, so it's really easy to identify.
And it was seen by the landowner.
My landowner, she said that she sees it, looking out her window at the at the bird feeders.
It probably rented from the winter wren, right?
Huh.
Is that where you guys had the winter wren a few years ago?
Yeah, just up the hill from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, I mean, the winter wren was down in the creek.
Yeah, just up the
Oh,
hill.
okay. I thought it was on the private road. Anyway,
And
cool.
This bird's up there.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a fourth county record. And my understanding is there were homes that burned in that area. So there's a lot of construction and issues going on, or deconstruction, as it were.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're real edgy about having visitors, so sorry.
Anything else? Area 6. Did Roger Muscat come find anything from Asia?
Wish.
Okay.
No, he just had vesper sparrows and a lot of good bird for.
And okay, anything else?
No, I just spoke to Liz Honeyset and she accidentally sent her 2019 list to me.
Uh-huh.
And so she just sent me the 2021 and when I send the Excel to you, I'll make sure it's accurate.
Okay, yeah.
But
these numbers are just provisional.
yeah, thank you guys for your patience with me shouting them out. So sorry about that.
Thanks for reporting from the rural precinct.
No, we're at Guadalajara.
Is your food coming out now?
Oh no, didn't you see me eat that burrito like an hour ago, Steve?
I did.
Dang. Well, you guys are burning midnight oil. So I think I definitely want to thank everyone for doing this despite our COVID restrictions. I know it was hard to not have this be open to the public. I think our party hours are going to be pretty much the same as normal because it feels like we ran all of our normal routes. We just ran them with much fewer people. So obviously our number of participants will be low. Thank you for putting up with an extra number of haranguing emails from me. But I wanted to, keep things on track amidst all the concern. So hopefully no one spread any COVID around. Hopefully everyone stayed safe and we had beautiful weather. So I want to just say thanks to all the area leaders who make this happen.
So how many species is it?
Yeah, how many species?
So I was afraid someone was going to ask. So normally Joan Humphrey stands by and tallies them as I go, because the problem is if I tally up all of the, I can do it here. How do I do this? If I tally up all of these non-zeros, if I tally up all the non-zeros,
then you get species plus forms.
Yeah, I'm going to
get out the forms.
I'm going to get some of the extra stuff, but you know what? We can do it. So hold on a minute. Let me first get rid of the non-zeros.
I mean, it felt like it was about average.
I think we did above average. I think we did very well. I mean, we had a few misses, but I thought we got a lot of stuff. What do I want filter here, don't I? Shoot.
You check the chat. Becky Stanton says use count if function.
Oh, okay, got it.
I don't know what
Yeah,
language
yeah,
that
yeah,
count
yeah.
if is.
No, I get it.
Hey, Steve, we also had 2 loons. Are they on the list?
They should be. Here, loons. Yeah, they are.
Well, we had 2 loons on Berryessa by the marina at the Cove, Pleasant Cove.
Common loon.
Are those the same 2 loons?
That's what I'm asking. Who is the other 2? Who said they had 2?
Sorry, that was me. That was me, Sammy.
Oh, yeah, we had 2. Yeah.
Okay, so let me go back and do the count if or count. There's a way that just counts counts the number of cells that contain numbers. Let's count A.
Count it.
Count no, it's still going to count the zeros.
No, select count if.
Yeah.
And then put in greater than 0. Just go a little bit lower. Well, it should give you the example, like the formula. There. If you put an equal at the beginning instead of an add, I think it will.
I don't see the formula.
It will show the formula if you change the add or an equal sign.
Range.
There. So then you select your range.
So the range is all this. Okay. And then the criteria.
Comma.
Comma.
Quote. Greater than 0. Quote.
152. So now we need to figure out how many extras we have. There's 1, 2, 3. The flicker. 4, 5.
Sapsucker?
6 with the sapsucker. Didn't do any spuzz. That's great.
There's 1 Buteo spa, I think.
7. So it's -7. 8. -8.
Was there also
152.
Blackbird spa?
Oh, is there?
No. Okay. 0.
Okay. So -7. -7 or 8? -7.
I thought you got to 8.
Wait, what
Did I get to 8? Okay.
What about the fox sparrows?
I did that.
Oh, you did? Okay.
So I think the provisional number is 144, which is really good count. That's anytime we're over 140 is good, and 144 is pretty good. So we won.
Thanks a million, Steve.
So thank you all.
Hey, Steve, put it back on the gallery so we see everybody's faces one more time.
Oh yeah, okay. Why don't I do that? There we are. Hey, Kevin.
Happy holidays, everybody. Great job.
Happy holidays. Happy birthday, Steve. And yeah.
Yeah, happy birthday, Steve. This is a good birthday.
Thank you. And hi, Robin Dale. It's good to see you too.
Happy birthday.
Hey. We're going to have you two out there next year.
Good. We'd love to go. We enjoy it each year.
So, Okay, well, thank you, Ken, for starting this, and
Thanks everyone for joining in and running your numbers and being out there in the field today. Pretty cool.
and feel free to send me your final clean versions as needed. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
All right,
Bye,
folks,
Gordon.
good night.
Bye, Gordon.
Bye.
Ciao.